with the Brooklyn DA's office, as well as our very own New York Attorney General, Tish James, who is a proud member of EBC, and so we love that, in partnership with NYPD as well. Today, 190 firearms were removed from our streets. That is 190 fewer opportunities for a family to be devastated, for a child to be hurt, for a mother to not make it home. That is an opportunity for us to make sure that arguments don't become tragedies, that a child does not gain access to a weapon that they do not know how to handle, that they have not been trained emotionally or capacity-wise on how to deal with a firearm. It's an opportunity for us to not have to comfort another family through an unnecessary loss. We are deeply grateful for every member of the community who participated today and who brought in a firearm. We just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for trusting the church as a safe haven where you could come and turn in your firearms without fear or worry of consequences. Thank you for trusting the DA's office when they said that you could turn in your weapons here safely and anonymously. Today is not simply a transaction. It was an investment in safety, in healing, and in the future of our neighborhoods. Gun buyback programs are not the entire solution. We all know that. Part of the solution is us deciding that we don't need weapons. Part of the solution is us deciding that arguments should end with everyone going home. Part of the solution is us deciding as a community that families are better when we all stay together, when we are safe in our parks, when we are safe walking down our streets, we are safe in our community zones. And part of doing that is by saying that guns don't belong in the hands of our children and on our neighborhood streets in New York City. Every step towards peace is a step that matters. And so Emmanuel Baptist Church remains committed to our partnership with public officials, with law enforcement, and with community organizations in our neighborhoods that do not only promise to make a difference, but instead do the work of making a difference in our community. So today I just want to say thank you to our DA, thank you to our Attorney General, and thank you to every single person who had the courage to stop by Emmanuel today and drop off a firearm. DA.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Let me first and foremost again thank our new pastor here for allowing us to be in partnership with Emmanuel Baptist Church. Dr. Newton, thank you so much, and to the Reverend Trufant, of course, also for your leadership throughout the years. I'm Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez, and I have such committed friends and partners in the effort of keeping Brooklyn safe, and there are no better partners than our Attorney General Tish James, who's a lifelong Brooklyn resident, who understands the implication of getting 190 guns off our streets in Brooklyn, and to our state Comptroller, Tom Denapoli, who not only protects our money and our pensions, but also understands the cost of these weapons when they land in the wrong hands. As the elected district attorney of Brooklyn, it's my job to move Brooklyn in safe and fair ways. When we get these guns off the streets, I sleep easier, because any one of these weapons, and there's some scary weapons, right? There are assault weapons, there's a ghost gun, there are rifles, there's shotguns, there's so many handguns that we can't even display them all on the table. They're in boxes under the table. There's so many weapons here that could have easily caused a family a tragedy, or could have risked a police officer's life. And I want to thank the New York City Police Department under Commissioner Jessica Tish and Commissioner Alden for allowing us to do this with the police department, right? There's many strategies in enforcement to get guns out of the hands of criminals. And we do a lot of prosecution of possession. We do trafficking cases to get guns that come illegally into our city and our state. But to me, this is one of the best ways that we get guns out of the hands of ordinary New Yorkers, by saying to them, surrender the gun, come to the church, it's a safe place, there's no questions asked, get some money that can be used in positive ways for surrendering these deadly weapons. And I know that I've as district attorney, I've dealt with too many cases where there have been suicides by illegal weapons in someone's home, or children and tragedies from these guns. And of course, people sometimes sell these guns to gang members and other people who are going to use these guns in robberies and shootings in really bad ways. And so 190 guns off the streets of Brooklyn in a day like today, with such a tremendous rainstorm, that many New Yorkers came forward to surrender these firearms is truly a great day for public safety in Brooklyn. And I thank all of you who are here today. I need to thank my team who worked to build this out, and so Aniele and Denise and Karen and all of you who played a role in organizing this. Melinda, who's the chief of public engagement for my office. I thank all of you, because I know that this work is going to mean the likelihood that one of these guns could ever hurt anyone will be eliminated. These guns will be destroyed by the police department, and I think this is part of building trust with the communities we serve. No one's going to prison or jail today for these guns, but they're never going to be on the street to hurt any of us. And so just want to thank again, Commissioner Foster, who you're going to hear from, but of course Tish and Tom Denapoli, who are really tremendous partners for Brooklyn. One of the things that I'm really proud of in the last 2 years, and I want the community to hear this, is that last year was a record safe year for the county. The fewest number of shooting incidents, the fewest number of shooting victims, the fewest number of people killed in the county. And this momentum has continued in 26. The momentum is we're down 30% in homicides so far year to date in Brooklyn. We're down another 20% in gun shooting incidents. We can do both. We can find fair ways of holding people accountable, but also keep people safe. This buyback is part of it. And so thanks again to the police department, to the firearms and tactics section, who keep us safe during these events and make sure that all these guns are made safe. And of course, to the detective investigators in my office. I'm going to turn it over to our great Attorney General, Tish James, who I believe has taken thousands of guns off the streets in her tenure. This will be well over 1,500 guns, or maybe 1,700 or 1,800 guns the Brooklyn DA's office has taken off the streets during these buybacks. So again, thank you to the Commissioner, Jessica Tish, for authorizing today's gun buyback. Thank you.
Allow me to first brag about my church. And I welcome all of you to Emmanuel Baptist Church, one of the biggest and baddest churches anywhere in the city of New York. And yes. And I want to thank, of course, our senior pastor, Reverend Anthony L. Trufant, in his absence. But I want all of you to know that we just elected the first African-American woman as the pastor of this great church. Yes. Reverend Dr. Sharika Newton. And you need to come and hear her preach. She's absolutely amazing, powerful, because this is a church which is mission-driven, church which focuses on social justice, and a church which is focused on God-centered. And so I'm so proud of Reverend Newton, and so proud that you are having this event here at Emmanuel Baptist Church. This is not the first event that we've had here. We've had a number of gun buyback programs here. In fact, we had a program here where individuals can resolve their open DATs, their desk appearance tickets, here at Emmanuel Baptist Church, because we recognize that church is more than these four walls. And so it's an honor and a privilege to welcome all of you here to my church. I want to thank my very, very good friend, Eric Gonzalez, the District Attorney of Brooklyn. And of course, my plus one, the great Comptroller. All of you who get pensions, you get your check on time. You want to thank Tom Denapoli for doing that. Yeah. I got an amen in the back from that woman, Tom. Just want you to know. Listen, I've attended too many funerals in my lifetime. I've had to hold too many mothers and grandmothers and grandfathers in my arms. I've had to bury too many individuals in this neighborhood and all throughout the city of New York. I've had too many times to raise funds on behalf of individuals who've lost their lives. In fact, this morning, the brother of a police officer was shot in Harlem and died. We need to remove these guns off of the streets. And if the only way that we can do it is by offering you cash, then that is exactly what we do. no questions asked. You come into a safe space, and we give you money. We give you money for rifles, for ghost guns, for assault weapons, no questions asked. It's really important that we address the scourge of gun violence in the city of New York, which is affecting and impacting particularly boys of color. And so we must do all that we can do to address this issue. One can hardly get through the city newspaper and read about gun violence each and every day. And so I'm grateful that the police commissioner, Jessica Tish, who's a very good friend, and of course Mayor Mondani, I want to thank them for working with me, with the Comptroller, and with the great district attorney to remove these guns off of the streets. Not only do we remove guns off of the streets, but we do takedowns of gangs, takedowns of individuals who are bringing guns from southern states with lax gun laws. Let me say that here. We don't manufacture guns in New York State. These guns primarily come from states with lax gun laws, and we need to address that as we move forward here in the state of New York, and that's exactly what we do, working in collaboration with FBI and a number of other federal agencies as well. I want to, again, congratulate the district attorney for bringing in 190 guns in the thunder, and, you know, it was raining and pouring, but it says two things. It says, one, individuals want to remove guns from their homes, but it also says that there's a financial need, and the issue of affordability is real. And so as we remove guns, we also have to address the issue of affordability, and we also do that here in the church. Since I've served as the Attorney General over these last 8 years, I've removed over 10,000 guns all throughout the state of New York, and I'm not finished yet. Every gun we get off the street is a potential life saved. A life saved of a child, a life saved of someone who needs to go on and do great things here in the city of New York. And so I really want to thank my good friend Eric Gonzalez. I want to thank I call him my +1, because whenever I need someone to attend an event, I call Tom Denapoli, the Comptroller of the state of New York, and I want to thank all of you for being here today. Today we save lives. Today we are in a sacred space, and today we should be proud that we are New Yorkers. God bless you. And now my +1, Eric, Tom Denapoli.
I'll be a +1 too.
I'm not sharing it with you, just so you know. I want to thank our great Brooklyn District Attorney, Eric Gonzalez, for inviting me to join in partnership with our outstanding Attorney General, Tish James, to be part of this gun buyback program. We're very pleased to provide some of the support for the cash from the Comptroller's office. We do the money stuff, so we're able to do some of that as well. This is a very serious and very important initiative that our DA is spearheading today. And certainly, being hosted here at Emmanuel Baptist, thank you, Reverend Dr. Newton. Congratulations to you, Pastor-elect. Give her another round of applause, right? And to Pastor Trufant as well. Obviously, this church community is a very special part of Clinton Hill and of Brooklyn. And as was indicated, not the first time that you've hosted events like this. Let me just say about our Attorney General, who made very clear, would you say 10,000 guns you've helped to get off the... This is an Attorney General who works closely. Sometimes people think of the Attorney General more on the civil side, but she has made sure that she partners with our district attorneys all across New York State, because she understands the importance of public safety, the importance of preventing gun violence and the consequences of that. And this is an Attorney General who is so strong. And just so you know, Dr. Newton, whenever I'm one of, I'm her +1, she always talks about her church. And she talks about her strength that she gets. This is her mothership.
Right.
So I can now tell everybody, I was in the place where Tish James gets her strength from, right here. I can feel it. So maybe you'll invite me to come as your +1 to hear Pastor preach. Okay? Is that a deal? When we do our reports, our economic analysis on neighborhoods all across the city, we look at a number of statistics. And one of the things we look at are the crime statistics. And so certainly the importance of preventing crimes, preventing deaths is so very, very key. To hear DA Gonzalez talk about this very, very positive trend that we've seen evolving over the years, certainly during your tenure as district attorney, continuing from 2025 now into 2026, this is what people in this community, in any community, want to know. That the statistics say one thing, but it's what do people feel? And I think people are feeling safer. And certainly when think the phrase you used was, it's scary looking at these guns right here. To think that these guns were sitting in someone's home, probably not doing anything, but the potential for there to be an accident within the home, or for the gun to fall into the wrong hands and a crime be committed. An initiative like this is so important. Enforcement, and that's key, and thank you, DA, for what you and your team do, and certainly thank you to NYPD, Commissioner Tish and NYPD who are here. We can't minimize the importance of enforcement. However, you can't just do the enforcement piece. And prevention and community engagement and having initiatives like this that are really centered on bringing the community into the solution and doing it in a safe space like Emmanuel Baptist, providing a positive incentive, turning in the guns anonymously. This is a very smart and creative approach to dealing with an issue where we all know we have much more work to do. As our Attorney General said, too many funerals, too many lives lost, too many potentials that have been squandered because of gun violence in our streets. So in a small way, I'm very proud that my office could partner with our great district attorney, with our great attorney general, and certainly the great men and women of the NYPD as well. And again, thanks to Emmanuel Baptist for providing this wonderful, wonderful opportunity for us to do something good for the Brooklyn community today. Thank you.
I also, we're going to hear from Commissioner Foster, but I also do want to thank NYPD Community Affairs, who also plays a tremendous role in organizing these events throughout the city. I'm proud to say that Brooklyn has been leading the charge in getting these guns off the streets during these gun buybacks, and that Community Affairs throughout the years has been a tremendous partner. So Commissioner Foster, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be standing here in front of you with all of these guns in front of us. Sad, too, in a sense. I want to thank DA Gonzalez for your leadership, your partnership. My office and the Community Affairs Bureau get the opportunity to work with the range, and I got to thank them for their hard work, the men and women of the range. I want to thank our pastor-elect. I want to thank our Comptroller and our New York State Attorney General for her partnership with the New York City Police Department. On behalf of Police Commissioner Jessica Tish, this is a clear example of the public safety that we're trying to create. When we talk about public safety, it's a shared responsibility. And we are not going to be able to continue to drive crime down to record lows without that shared responsibility. And that's the police, that's the community, our elected officials, all coming together. And one of the mandates that we have from Police Commissioner Tish is to make sure that we continue to work with clergy around the city and partner to continue to drive down crime in the city. This summer, the police department alone, we hired a number of summer youth employees to try to give young people opportunities for the summer. Young people from 16 to 24 years of age. We hit the number of 1,000 last week that we're working with just the New York City Police Department alone. And also our Summer Youth Police Academy for young people 10 to 15 years of age, to give them an opportunity at 15 sites around the 5 boroughs to give young people something to do. So the police department is trying to do everything that we can, but public safety is a shared responsibility, and I appreciate the elected officials, the clergy today coming together for this. Thank you.
Okay, that's it. I'm just going to say that, like I said, you can't see all the guns on the table. I believe there's 158 semi-automatic and pistols that have been turned in. There are 9 assault weapons, 3 rifles, a shotgun, and a number of other weapons. Thank you, everyone who participated today. And I want to thank Brooklyn for coming out and doing the right thing and getting these guns off the streets. Thank you again to our great Attorney General Tish James, who the moment I reached out to her said, I'm in to partner, and of course to Tom Denapoli, because this is the work. I'm very lucky to be DA in Brooklyn and to have partners in government who always will stand up and help us do this together with the New York City Police Department. Thank you, everyone.